Hi, what's up guys? I hope you all are having a great day. Welcome to this brand new episode of our channel, and today we are going to develop a project using React.js, and the main focus of the project will be dark mode and light mode, and we are going to achieve that using context API. So I hope you are as excited as I am, because I'm a little bit. So if you are, so make sure you are hitting that like button, and if you are in case new here, so make sure you are subscribing to my channel. So yeah, that's all. Wrap up our intro, and without any further delay, let's get started. So before I start, here's the main thing. Make sure you are opening a terminal and you are in the project directory where you want to create this project. So once you are there, open up your terminal or git bash and make sure you have already set up your React environment. So that's the main thing to do. And I mean, if you haven't done that, I don't think you will be here. So okay, enough of that Java talk. Let's get started. And for that, I'm going to start with npx create React app. And what we should call it, I'm going to call it about dev. Why is that? Well, I'll come to that part later, but that will be our project name. So hopefully it's great. Let's hit enter. So we have completed the installation process. Now we are going to move to our directory, and for that I'm going to say cd about dev. Yep. Before I start coding, just to apologize you, and if you are having any background noise here, so I'm sorry for that, because I actually don't have a soundproof mechanism, though I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do that. Well, for that I need your subscription, of course. But yeah, if you are having any background noise, so yeah, I'm sorry for that. It's a little bit of weather issue here, but yeah, that's all it. So now let's start with the coding, and for that I'm gonna open up my Visual Studio Code, and for that I'm gonna type code dot, and it's gonna open up the project in Visual Studio Code. So where is the basic structure of our project? As you can see, we have that node module, public folder, source folder. That's all we get when we install a React project. So there is nothing new in that, though I'm going to delete some files just like always, because we all does it. We don't need it. So let's delete some of them. We don't need app.css. We also don't need this taste file. Great. We don't need this logo. I'm gonna delete it, and here I am gonna remove all of this here, and I'm gonna just say hello. Also I'm gonna remove this class name as we don't need it, and yeah, those imports. So let's save that. Well, and one few more things we need, and which will be added in this index.html file. So there we need some CDNs. So let me just copy that from my GitHub repository. So yeah, that reminds me, if you are looking for the source code, it's available completely for free. I'm gonna add that GitHub link on the description, so feel free to check that out. Yeah, so I have added this two links. One is this link, two links for one is for the Bootstrap, and another one is for Font Awesome, as you can see, and this one is for Bootstrap. So these two CDNs are here, and I also have few scripts for Bootstrap. That's all I have, and I'm gonna say about.dev here. Why I am saying this about.develop, will come to that part later. Well, that will be self-explanatory once we are done with the project. So stay tuned for that. Well, so here we are in the app.js, and before we proceed, we need to install two things here. And for that I'm going to do npm install React Bootstrap and Bootstrap. So hopefully now we are ready with our all setup. I'm going to call a class name here, and we are going to call it container, just to check out all the setups are great and working fine. So now what I'm going to say, npm run start. Well, you can call it npm start, but doesn't matter. So let's see if it is working properly or not, and once it is, if it is working properly, then we are gonna start working with the main project. I think I have deleted the index file. Well, great. So I'm gonna do Ctrl Z here. Yeah, that's great. Okay, let's delete logo. Great. Yeah, I think now I'm fine with that. Let's see. So as you can see, our development server has started on localhost 3000. It's loading. Just give it a few seconds, it will be done. So as you can see, here is our hello. So we are perfectly ready with our setup, and now we are gonna jump into the project. So before we continue with that, with the project, I want to just also make my font a little bit bigger. So Okay, no, what am I doing? Great, preference, settings, text editor, font. I'm gonna make it 20. Hopefully that will be okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's visible for you. Great. So okay, now let's start with the project. And before I start with that, first I'm going to replace this in CSS file with my CSS from GitHub repository. And here is all the CSS code I have, because I'm not gonna get much into the details of design. It's not a CSS video. So yeah, nothing very complex things are here. It is just random normal CSS, and I have just imported one font, which is Poppins from Google Fonts, and that's all we have here. And rather than that, just some classes and design for it. You can check it out from GitHub. So yeah. So now what we want to do, I'll come to that container part later, because I'm going to remove it now. Also this hello will get removed. So we need two things here. First one will be a background, which will be a top background. So I'm going to call it hero section, rather I'll say, yeah, hero section, which will be a background. And there I'm going to call it div, and this div will have a class name, which is quite obvious, of course. And I'm going to show you the class name. The class name is actually hero image. Yeah, surely. And yeah, this one. And here we need canvas as well. I'm going to give it a class name of canvas, and I'm going to save it. Now the project is already running. Let's see if we have anything here. So yeah, we are having a little dark section here, but it is not giving us any anything in particular. So let's see what's happening here. So okay, again I shouldn't have added that, so let me save that. And here we have the image. Now how is it coming here? Let me show you. So as you can see here, we have this hero image class, and we are having a background image with URL this, and a background position of center and bottom, and also a minimum height of 80 which is quite obvious. After that we need another division, and I'm gonna give it a class name of, come on, overlay. Great. And I'm gonna save it, and we're gonna see what's happening here. So as you can see, we are having a little bit of overlay here, and that is coming from this overlay class. And yeah, I mean, pretty obvious, right? So we don't need any explanation for that. But we also have this few display property here, like one display property with flex, and few justify content and align center, and for the text we are using color white. So and now what's that gonna do, I'll show you. I'm gonna just add a h3 here, and I'm gonna say about dot developer. And if I save it, as you can see, we have the text in the center, and that's coming from those flex properties. So yeah, that's all we are gonna keep on our hero section. I hope that's what we call it, because well, let's not get into that. Okay, so here after this hero section, we need one more section, of course, and that will be about section, hopefully about section, where we'll have all our details. And for this about section, I'm gonna copy all the code, and I'm gonna tell you what's happening. So it is quite simple. Let me just copy paste it. So yeah, there's nothing much, just don't get scared with this long strings. So let me tell you, this is just a center tag, which is what can I say, which is actually containing all the divisions of the text and taking it into the centers. And here I have this class name with dark mode and all, though I'm gonna remove it for now. Okay, great. Let's remove that. Also we have a little division with text left, which is keeping our text in a left alignment. And there we have an image, of course, which is an avatar image, nothing else. And I'm using this image just for the tutorial purpose, nothing else. Yeah, I have downloaded it from Google, and it's from W3 School. So yeah, Here I have my name in H3 Jit Mukherjee and the designation computer programmer, which is great, and HR below it. That's it. Then I have a paragraph which is kind of a long, but yeah, that's what we need there. And after that we have a little paragraph. We are closing the div, and that div is actually closing with text left class name. And after that we are having a paragraph of little quotation, you can say, or whatever. And then we have few icons. It is pretty much standard stuff. If you are doing web development, this is quite easy, I know. And I'm gonna save it. First, if you check out this about details class here, let me take you to there. It is having a margin top of 150 pixel, which is minus, of course, but I'm gonna keep it like that. Okay, let's see. Oh, let's just comment it out for now. I'm gonna get back to there later. Also, we have some background color and padding, border radius, all of that. As well as I have for the image category, we are having a 200 pixel width and the margin bottom is 15 pixel, just to do a little bit of spacing, nothing else. And a border radius of 50% because I want it in a round shape. And we have this font awesome and then .fa class, and we are giving it a font size of 20 just to make it a little bigger, and a margin height of 15 pixel. Apart from that, we are having this dark section which will come later, and button, we'll get back there later. So let's see what we are getting after this. So yeah, as you can see, we are having this nice little section, but it is it is getting attached to top. So for that, you could take it a little bit down with margin 20 pixel or whatever margin top, but I want to take it a little bit on top of this image so that it looks little bit little bit modern. So let's do that. And for that you need to just use this minus 150 pixel. Yeah, so as you can see, this is a little bit up on top of this image, which is making it much more better, I think. I'm not sure what, let me know in the comment section what you think, of course. And then we are having this text with my name and this designation, and this is actually, if you see, it is align left, so that's why we used text left. I hope you are getting my point. Also for this one, we are having this text left alignment, but here you can see these things are in the middle, these icons and this quotation, and that's coming from that center tag, which is actually aligning all of them into the center. So I hope that makes sense. If you are familiar with HTML CSS, this is gonna make sense to you. So yeah, great. Next, we need one thing here, that is a floating button to change our theme color to light to dark, whatever we want. So for that, I'm gonna create a component and I'm gonna call it theme button.js. Great. And we'll say RFC, come on, RFC. Here I'm gonna create a button and we're gonna call it button. Oh, no, not this button. This button will be okay for us. We're going to give it a class name of, come on, give me the suggestion. Okay, looks like it's angry with me, whatever. So class name will be btn, and btn, let me check out the classes for a second. Btn floating. Okay, let's copy it, just and after this we are going to add the floating font awesome icon in it, and for that we are going to say fa toggle, let's say off for now, or on. Yeah, on. Let me save it, and I'm going to import it here, and I'll import it at the end. Make sure it's below center. I think that should do what we do. Okay, and I'm gonna self close it, and we're going to check this out. So yeah, as you can see, we have the button here, though it doesn't work right now. We'll come to that part later, but we are kind of ready with our design. So what next? Okay, let's see how we can now make it a little bit darker. And again, it is here how, let me show you. It is just a little bit of CSS. I hope you are already familiar with that kind of a CSS, like it's a fixed position and a bottom of 15 pixel, right of 25 pixel, and with a background color of black and a text color of white. And we're using this border radius for that round shape, it is 2%. So yeah, that's, I think, okay. Now once we're done with that, I'm gonna create a context, which is the main focus of this tutorial. I'm gonna call it theme context.js. Here I'm gonna say import React from React, and after that I'm gonna create the context. So here I'm gonna say export const Great. We're gonna call it theme context and equals to create context, and yeah, not that one, yeah. And then we need to create a provider. Of course, we are going to say export const theme provider, and this is going to be an arrow function because we need to get destructure the children property of it. I'm gonna get the props, so we'll see that. First let's return that, and we are going to return this theme context, come on, dot provider, because this is going to wrap up the things in it. What things, will come to that. And there we need actually props children, so for that I'm going to take out props here, and you can destructure the children's, that doesn't matter, but I prefer to keep it like that, props dot children. Great, so we have it here. I'm gonna just save it for now, though we need few things here. Let's do that as well. So for that I'm gonna say const, and we will get here dark mode, then we're gonna separate it with comma, and we're gonna say dark mode. I hope you are already familiar with this use state hook of React. In case if you are not, what are you doing here? First learn that. Great. And we're gonna say it false for the initial state, and yeah, we have it here. Next, inside this dark theme provider we need a value, and we are going to send out two of the value, which one is dark mode, another one is set dark mode. Both of them is needed. And okay, that's cool. I think, yeah, that's cool for now. I'm gonna save it like that, and I'm gonna get into this index.js, and I'm gonna wrap up this app with the context provider. So let's cut it from here, and let's say theme provider, and it's gonna auto import it. I mean, come on, yeah, and we're gonna paste app inside it. So let me save it. Now we should get these values inside this app.js. So for that we need to fetch the value. Well, not fetch, but yeah, let's just say that we're gonna say dark mode, and we're gonna use context hook here. Come on, not this one, yeah, of course that one, but yeah, like that. Great. And here we are going to get this theme context, and yeah, I think we have it here. Now let's console log it, and let's say dark mode. Why not? Let's save it, and let's see if we are having anything in our terminal. So for that I'm gonna open up my console. Come on, here is our console. So we are not having anything. Let's refresh it. We should see false, and yes, we are seeing false here. Now it's time to work on this button, because we already have access to our state, I mean our context, whatever you want to say. Now what we have to do, we have to go to this theme button. There we need a on click method, of course, and we're going to add a function here which will be handle, what can I say, theme, yeah. And there we need const both of the thing. One is dark mode and another is set dark mode. Sometimes I just lose my flow of saying, you know, yeah, set dark mode, and we're gonna say use context or import it, then theme context, sure. And yeah, great. So next we need the function of const handle theme, and yeah, it's arrow function, surely. And here we are going to set dark mode on press to true or false. What do you think? Actually, if the dark mode is true, we need to set it to false, and if the dark mode is false, which is light mode, we need to set it to true. So for that we are going to just say dark mode, and we're going to add this explanatory syntax, I think. What do you call it, man? I forgot that shit. Okay, explanatory something, I don't know. I'm not getting it right now, whatever. But it is, what it is doing is, if dark mode is true, it is making dark mode false, and if dark mode is false, it is making dark mode true, surely. So yeah, we are having it here, and now I think everything is fine. Well, not everything, we have to add it here. That's why we are getting that lighting issue in our thing. Okay, great, we have all set up. So now what we are going to check, we are going to see if our dark mode and light mode is working properly, and for that the console is cleared. If we're getting this is getting true, if it is true it is getting false, false, true, false, true, false. Great, true, false, come on. So yeah, now what we have to do, we have to change the theme with dark mode. I mean, if it is true we have to make it dark, right? But otherwise what is the point of creating dark mode? So for that we are going to change the class name, because if you check out my CSS file, I hope you have already noticed it. If you see, we already have a canvas and a canvas dark. We already have a overlay and overlay dark, and about details and about details dark. So we just need to change these few things and we are ready to go. So for that I'm gonna make this class name dynamic. So if the dark mode is available, yeah, so we need something, and if it is not, come on, yeah, and yeah. So if the dark mode is true, we are going to make it dark. If the dark mode isn't true, then we are going to keep it only canvas. Same with overlay, we are going to use same thing. Come on, what am I doing right now? Yeah, okay, so dark mode, and if it is true we need something which is overlay dark. Yes, I'm gonna rename it, don't get confused. Yeah, so that's what it is doing here, and we also need this to change this one as well. So for that, again, dark mode, if it is dark we're gonna keep it dark, if it is light we're gonna keep it light, as straight as that, surely. So now we should see the changes, and here we go. We don't need this console because we are not consoling out anything else right now. So yeah, we have it here, see this, great. But the problem is the button is not changing, and that's not what we should entertain here. So what should we do for that? Great, let's see. So we are let's get into this theme button, and there is a class name. What am I gonna do? Yeah, you got me. We are gonna just make it dynamic. We are lazy, yeah, unto it. Dark mode, if it is true we are gonna do something, and yeah, we're doing something else. Great. So if it is dark mode we are going to keep it on, if it is not dark mode we are going to keep it off, and yeah, so right now it's light mode, it's off. Once we are on, yeah, it's dark mode. How's that? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, but still there is a little problem. Other than that we are ready. Just let me show you. We are completely done with all our code. We already have context. We are actually wrapping our app inside our context, theme context. We are having the button. Yes, it is inside app, so it is still getting wrapped inside context. So we have access of dark mode inside app and inside theme button. So here inside app we are just making this class name dynamic, nothing else. If it is dark mode, just use dark class. If it is not dark mode, just don't use this dark class. And remember, these are custom dark class. I have already created it in my CSS file, so make sure to check them out. And inside button I am making this class name dynamic just to make this toggle button little bit toggled. What am I saying? Whatever. So yeah, if it is toggled on, then if it is dark, then keep it on, and if it is off, light mode, then just keep it off. That's as simple as that. So that's what we are doing inside that, but there is a little bug in it, and I'm gonna tell you what's that. Now what's the bug I'm talking about? So we already having that dark mode light mode thing. So now if I refresh it, it's getting light mode. Okay, but it was dark mode, right? Okay, let's see again. It is already in dark mode. Now if I'm refreshing it, it's becoming light. So yeah, that's a little bug we have to work on. So let's see how we can manage to get it. So to solve this bug we have to use local storage. Yes, you heard me. So what am I gonna do here? I'm just initializing the state as a false, but I'm not gonna do that. Instead of that, so once you click on this on click button, I mean the dark mode button, I'm going to say local storage dot set item, and I'm gonna give it a key of dark mode, and I think I'm gonna set dark mode here. Yeah, because I'm gonna setting up, if it is true I'm gonna setting up the local storage true, if it is false I'm gonna setting up the local storage false. because when we are going to refresh, we are going to fetch true or false that actually was in the previous time before the refresh. So I hope that makes sense, hopefully. And inside this theme context, instead of initializing false value, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna just say local storage dot get item, and I'm gonna say dark mode. But no, that's not completing our work, because it's gonna fetch the string value. For that, I'm gonna say json.parse, and I'm gonna wrap up the whole local storage thing inside json.parse. And if I'm saving it now, if we check this out, this is right now dark, and if I'm refreshing it, fuck it, great. Okay, let's see what's the problem here. So we are actually setting dark mode here. So local storage dot set item dark mode. So yeah, we have to set it differently. Like if it is already true, we have to make it false there, right? Yeah, I've been doing this wrong. Come on, how could I? Great, let me refresh it. Okay, false, true, false. Let me refresh it. It should stay false. It's staying false. True, refresh it. It should stay true. It is true. Great. I don't know how I made that mistake, but I have made that. Great. Okay, let's fuck it. So yeah, we already have all the features we are actually trying to achieve with this video, and it's looking actually good. And you know why I have said about.developer? Okay, that's because if you want to use this template as your about section of your website, or maybe a little bit of about.me website, so you can do that and you can use this template. Yeah, go ahead. I already uploaded this code for free on the GitHub, so you can do that. No issue with that. I think we are actually done with all the process we are trying, all the features we are trying to achieve, and we are ready with the product. And let's keep it on that way. We have a app.js file, we have an index.css, CSS, but the main thing here was the context, which is theme context. And I think we have successfully achieved the product we are actually trying to achieve. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed this video. I mean, if you have made till this far, you should tell me in the comment section if you have enjoyed or not. Subscribe if you think I deserve that. And yeah, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next video. Have a great day. Bye.